Well, this might be the last chance we get to talk before you go to London. I knew I should have left yesterday. Jackie, believe it or not, I'm not happy that you're going.
Since I am, I'll grant you one thing. What's that? You're a great liar. A talent like that can be very useful. Look where it's gotten you.
I was hoping that we could have a friendly discussion for once.
There it is. That face. Can look a person right in the eye, acting so sincere, without a trace of guilt. And say things in such a way that people believe you're this little saint who would never break up homes and... What's this? Tears for the final act? Spare me, Siobhan. I don't think I could keep from crying myself.
Jacqueline, if I'm such a good liar, what do I possibly stand to gain by talking to you?
You obviously want to see me suffer, but I'm not going to give you the pleasure.
How about listening to me just for one moment?
Siobhan, I am running late.
I don't... This might not mean anything to you. But I want to wish you the best of luck in London. I know you've got mixed emotions about going. And I know that things might have worked out differently had I never gotten involved with your father.
That is the understatement of the year. You know why I'm leaving? Because Daddy wants me to. But I have news for you. You're going to end up exactly like me, wondering whether Daddy really loves you or not.
He does love you.
Someday you'll understand what I'm telling you. He'll grow cold and distant toward you like he has with me. You'll ask him what's wrong, and he'll say it's nothing. You'll lie awake at night, wondering what you've done wrong, wondering why he won't confide in you anymore. Sooner or later, it's going to happen. I just hope it's sooner.
You know, feeling something and having facts are two different things. You don't have any facts, and Maggie is my sister.
I know. This hurts me as much as it does anyone. I just have this feeling that something weird is going on, and I want to know what it is. All right. I'll do all the talking.
Good.
Maybe you can convince me I'm imagining things.
All right. Sounds fair enough.
Okay, Roger. Maggie hates him. Why does she pick him as her personal manager?
Right.
The other thing, Maggie calls Katie to the loft right before Max and Siobhan's ceremony. I ask her what this is all about, and she can't seem to give me a straight answer. Now, there's the broken step.
No, wait a minute. That's not Maggie's fault.
I wonder. Before the accident, I called this guy over to fix the step. Maggie says he never showed up. But when I confronted the guy with it, he said he was there to do the job, and Maggie sent him away.
Why?
Said she had company.
I'll tell you something that's been bothering me. I keep thinking, why would Maggie jeopardize her entire career and get pregnant?
That, I don't understand. Maggie knew I wasn't going to marry her until she said she was pregnant.
What do you mean you weren't going to marry her?
I wasn't. It's about that time when I realized.
Katie?
Yeah. So, I can't leave Maggie. Not as long as she's carrying my baby.
Dave. Did Maggie know that you were going to call off this wedding?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
No. I don't even like to think this. I wonder if Maggie's really pregnant.
What do you mean? She went to a doctor. It's a fact.
Oh, yeah, the visits with Dr. Boyce. Now, they were unusual. I think bizarre would be a better word.
What do you mean, bizarre?
There were all kinds of complications with the paperwork. Maggie never wanted to be there, and Roger was lurking around in every corner. Jill, Maggie's supposed to be 3.5 months pregnant. She's not showing at all.
I keep thinking maybe there's some way we can find out for sure.
I think maybe there's something I can do.
Like what?
Maggie made a proposition to me right before I went to Chicago. I guess I might take her up on it.
It's all in your imagination. I mean, you told me that this was your idea to go to
Mom
London.
engineered the whole thing. And Daddy told me to my face to get out.
Siobhan had nothing to do with this.
Please.
I know, Siobhan.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear her name anymore.
All right, fine. What if I want you?
You're not making this very easy for me. I owe you a lot, Laszlo.
Yeah, right.
You've been very good to me. Very kind and loving. You're the only person who's been nice to me these past few weeks.
Well, I'm glad to be of service.
Don't do that. Let's just be happy when we say goodbye.
Excuse me. Mr. Novotny?
Mr. Debujak.
Jacqueline, did you see your friend earlier?
What friend?
Blake, Jessie Blake.
Yes, she found me.
Well, I gather from what your secretary said that she was in quite a state.
She wasn't feeling very well. Oh, it's a long story.
Well, you've never mentioned her before.
There's a lot of things you haven't mentioned to me before either, Daddy.
I'd heard the name. She's a fashion designer, isn't she?
Yes. Excuse me, I have a lot to do.
Yes, of course. Yes. Tell me, do you plan to see her again before you leave?
I can see you're deeply affected by my leaving. So deeply that all you can do is ask questions about someone else.
I'm sorry. Mr. Novotny, are you going to London also?
I wasn't invited. Anyway, I make it a point of staying right here in the U.S. of A.
Yes, that's clearly where you belong. Jacqueline, when are you leaving?
Tomorrow. Is that soon enough for you?
Jacqueline, I want the best for you.
No, you don't. And even if you did, it wouldn't matter anyway.
Jackie.
I'm fine. Really, I just have to get out of this place.
Was that his goodbye?
Touching, wasn't it? But it's no surprise. Now you can see what Siobhan has done to him.
Well, I see what something's done to him. What was all that stuff about Jessie Blake?
I don't know why he made such an issue of her. It doesn't matter. What he does with his life now is his business. I'm not part of it anymore.